Hello, this is Broadcasting 10. I'm Professor Tracy Savage, and this is my lecture video. This week, you're going to be capturing audio, and you're going to learn how to edit audio. And then you'll be assigned your first field assignment where you're going to put your new skills to work. This lecture video is designed to put you on the right path for this week's assignments, and I hope it answers any questions you might have. So please watch the entire video. By the end of this week, you will have watched this lecture video. You will have learned the basics of the Zoom audio recorder. I've also posted the Zoom user's manual in the module that you can review. It can be very helpful. You're going to learn the basics of Adobe Audition, the digital editing software. This week, you'll be assigned Field Assignment 1. You will listen to student examples of Field Assignment 1 so you'll know what's expected of you. And you will submit your completed assignment to the Dropbox at the bottom of the Class Number 2 module by the end of this week. Finally, you'll be assigned to take and submit to the Dropbox a photo that can be used for your press pass. You should also have determined the topic for your radio show. And this week, you should begin starting to set up guests for your show. Your first show is due at the end of next week, but it's a good idea to get started now. So, here's what I'm going to be discussing in this lecture video. I'm going to show you how to use the Zoom audio recorder. Even if you don't borrow a Zoom from the Media Arts Department and instead will use your phones to record audio for this class, it's a good idea to understand how to operate a Zoom. They are a go-to tool for journalists, and you might have to use one on the job at some point. You will get step-by-step instructions right now in this video, and there's also a separate file in this module called Using a Zoom in 7 Easy Steps that you can download to your desktop for easy referral. I will also introduce you to Adobe Audition, the editing software that we will use in this class. I will explain the basics of this software in this video, and I've also posted a separate file in this module called Using Adobe Audition in 9 Simple Steps. This is handy to have on your desktop when you're editing. I will be assigning you your first field assignment number 1. I'll give you detailed instructions for this assignment in this lecture video. And I've included a separate file with instructions written out for you that you can download to your desktop. And finally, I will assign you to take a photo of yourself to use for your press pass. I will explain how the photo needs to be framed and give you tips about the background and lighting to make the photo look professional. So let's get started. I'm going to begin by taking a look at the Zoom H2N audio recorder. I'm going to show you how to operate the audio recorder and exactly how to adjust the settings to make sure that you get the best audio quality possible. The H2N recorder does not come with any batteries, so if you want to use the recorder, you'll need to have an outlet or supply your own batteries. If you supply your own batteries, you will need 2 AA batteries. Using the batteries, you can record for up to 4 hours on average. If you'd like to turn the recorder on or off, use the slider on the side of the recorder. Hold down the slider on the power symbol and release once the recorder has turned on or off. The SD card is located on the bottom of the recorder. In order to insert an SD card, position it inside the compartment and gently press on it until it clicks. In order to remove an SD card, press down gently on it until it pops out. An important note, you must have your SD card inserted into your Zoom before you turn it on. If you turn the Zoom on first and then insert the SD card, the Zoom will not recognize the SD card. To format the SD card to erase any files on the card, press the menu button on the side of the recorder, then navigate the menu until you reach SD card and press down on the slider. Then navigate to Format, press down on the slider again to navigate to Yes, then press down on the slider again and your card will be formatted. An important note, these zooms won't read an SD card that is larger than 64 gigabytes. So be sure the SD card that you buy is 64 gigabytes or less. A 16 gigabyte SD card is all you will need for this class. In order to select a file format and quality, first press the menu button on the side of the recorder, then scroll down to the selection that says REC for record. Choose recording format from this menu and proceed to choose your desired format. For high audio CD quality, recording WAV 44.1 kHz 16-bit is recommended. This is good for recording concerts, auditions, music performances, or interviews for archival purposes. You can also choose to record as an MP3 compressed file that yields smaller file size. I recommend that you record with the MP3 format. It'll make it a lot easier to upload your projects to Canvas. For WAV 44.1, you'll get about 24 hours of recording time on a 16 gigabyte SD card. On an MP3 file format, you'll get about 227 hours of recording on a 16 gigabyte SD card. To exit this menu, hold down the menu button. To choose a recording mode, use the wheel on top of the recorder. Midside, also known as MS, uses a mid microphone in conjunction with two side mics to capture a wide stereo sound. This is recommended for orchestras, live concerts, and soundscapes. The XY option uses mics at 90-degree angles to capture a deep and accurate recording. This is recommended for interviews, live rehearsals, and field recordings. The 2-channel and 4-channel options are combinations of the MS and XY mics. The 2-channel option mixes the signals from the mics, while the 4-channel records them separately. 4-channel allows you to adjust the balance between the signals after recording. These are recommended for live rehearsals, studio sessions, business meetings, and sound. An important note, for our class, it's recommended that you have the Zoom mic set to the XY setting. Setting up a good recording level is crucial so your audio will not be too soft and inaudible or too loud that clipping may occur. To set the recording level, turn the mic gain wheel on the right side while observing the audio meter on the screen. Make sure the audio meter falls around -12. The loudest part of your recording cannot exceed 0. The average audio level should fall in between -12 and -6 in general. Once all of your settings are correct, recording may begin. To start recording, press the record button at the bottom of the recorder. To stop recording, press the record button a second time. An important note, always wear headphones when recording audio. There is a headphones jack on the left side of the Zoom that says line out. Headphones will allow you to hear distracting noises, such as a fan or an air conditioner, that you might not notice without the headphones. To play back a file, first press down on the play wheel. Then you can scroll up and down through the files by navigating with the play wheel. Press on the play wheel to choose and play back a selected file. Press on the play wheel again while playing a file to pause it. In order to transfer files to a computer, you will need to use the provided USB cable. First, plug in the USB cable to both the recorder and your computer. Then turn on the recorder. Press the menu button and scroll down to the selection that says USB. In the USB menu, select SD card reader. The SD card reader will appear as a connected device, and all recorded files will appear within. Simply drag and drop the files to your computer. When you're finished, safely remove the SD card drive and disconnect the USB. If you don't have a USB cable, an easy way to transfer files to your desktop is to remove the SD card from your Zoom and plug it into your computer. The files will appear on your desktop in a folder. Drag all of the files onto your desktop. Well, I hope these directions will help you use the Zoom audio recorder. Good luck, everyone. Now, how to edit with Adobe Audition. I'm going to take you through the basic steps to start editing. You can follow these instructions when you edit Field Assignment 1 this week. First thing you need to do is look for the green AU icon. That's the app for Adobe Audition. If you don't see it, click the Launchpad rocket icon, usually found at the bottom of your computer screen with all the other icons. This will display all the apps on your computer. If you don't see the AU icon on this page of apps, it may be on a different page of apps. Click, hold, and drag your cursor from left to right to advance to the next page. Once you locate the AU icon for Adobe Audition, double-click to open that application. Create a multi-track session. Either click File, then New, and then navigate over to Multi-Track Session, or you can simply just click on Multi-Track near the top. At the top of the pop-up menu, it says Session Name. You're going to always name your projects the same way. Your last name, underscore, and the project name. And then just below session name, it says folder location. This is where your project is going to end up when you export it. Click Browse over on the right and navigate to desktop or your hard drive and then click it. All other settings stay the same. At the bottom, click OK. Now you want to import your audio clips, your MP3 files, into Adobe Audition's file box. Your MP3 files should be on your desktop or inside your hard drive. Drag and drop your MP3 files from the desktop or the hard drive into the Adobe Audition file panel. That's the upper left corner of the application. Or you can navigate to your MP3 files by clicking File and then going down to Open. A white navigation box opens on the screen. Locate the audio file or files and select them and then click Open in the bottom corner. The file or files will be imported into Adobe Audition. So just remember, check the upper left corner and confirm that multi-track is selected. If Adobe switches to waveform, click multi-track to return to the multi-track session. Please note, in the file box, you'll see the session file that you created earlier. Mine is titled savage_test.sesx. This is essentially a placeholder. An SESX file is an unplayable file. When you export a completed project, you never want to click File, Save, and then save as an SEX file. You'll have nothing there. It's basically computer language that points your files to a final edited project. Instead, you need to export your project and end up with an MP3 file which is playable. I have details on exporting coming up. Then you want to drag and drop your MP3 file from the file box on the left onto the track in the project panel on the right. Note, if you're working with multiple MP3 clips, you can place each clip on its own track, using as many tracks as you need. This allows you to isolate the clip for easy editing, and this allows you to adjust the individual clip's volume. Files can be moved from one track to the next. They can be placed on the same track. Put on headphones, click the space bar on the computer, and the file starts playing. Click the space bar again, and the file stops. The next step is to edit your audio clip in that track. Locate the tools along the top of your page, just to the right of the word multitrack. If you don't see any tools, click Window, which is at the top, and search the drop-down menu for Tools and click that. The tools will appear at the top of your screen. The Move tool, which is the blue arrow above the track, is what you're going to use to move your clips along the track and onto other tracks. Simply click on that clip and drag. The Time Selection tool, that's also in blue above, allows you to click on the clip and highlight a portion of the clip to delete it. The Razor tool, which looks like a razor blade, lets you put cuts and slices in the clip. Then you highlight what you want to get rid of and hit delete, and it's gone. An important note: the green waveform you see on the track is a series of peaks and valleys. The high points represent the louder sounds, and the valleys represent silence. You want to place your cuts using the razor tool in the valleys, in between the sounds. If there's a selection of the clip that you want to cut out, simply put a cut at the beginning and at the ending of the unwanted section. Then, using the Selection or the Move tool, click and highlight the part you don't want, and then hit Delete. Use the Move tool to grab and drag the track on the right over to the left, filling in the gap. The slider navigation bar, a long, thin, rectangular tool just above the tracks, will help you navigate around the project panel. It allows you to move from one end of your clips to the other quickly. Put your cursor in the middle of that bar and a hand pops up, and slide the bar to the right or to the left. You can also compress or expand the track, the clips on your track, allowing you to better see the waveform in order to make better edits in the valleys. Put your cursor at the right end of that rectangular bar and pull to the right or push to the left. The clip will expand and contract. Adding audio fade-ins and fade-outs is very simple. When an individual clip is selected or highlighted, you'll see square icons, half black and half gray, at both ends of the clip. Put your cursor on the square in the left corner and drag it to the right. This will bend the audio level, creating a fade-in. To create a fade-out at the end of a clip, put your cursor on the square in the right corner and drag it to the left. This will bend the audio level, creating a fade-out. This is how the fades will look. Creating a crossfade at the edit point, a cut between two clips, is really easy. Simply grab the clip on the right and slide it to the left, merging with the clip on the left. This will create a crossfade at the edit point of these two clips. This is how the crossfade will look. The audio level on the clip on the left will fade down as the audio level on the clip on the right fades up. This makes for very smooth transitions between audio clips. The yellow line that runs through your track is the audio level of the clip, measured in dBs. To raise or lower the level of an entire clip so the audio level is consistent for the entire clip, click on that line and you will see 0.0 dB. Click and drag the line down, and this lowers the audio level. Drag it up raises the audio level. This is where it helps to have clips isolated on their own track. For more fine-tuning of audio levels, if you want certain parts of the clip to be loud and other parts to be lower, you're going to use keyframes. Click on this yellow line to create keyframes, blue dots. This is like putting a joint, think of an elbow or a knee, in a line that allows you to bend the line, changing the audio level in very specific places. You can use as many keyframes as you want to bend the audio levels. Click on the keyframe and drag the line up or down in any direction. When you're done, you need to export your project. Put the cursor at the start of the file and then click File at the top, navigate down to Export, and then over to Multi-Track Mixdown, and then finally over to Entire Session. Remember, you're not saving, you're exporting. A pop-up menu will appear. Fill it in. Again, the file name should be your last name, underscore, and then the project name. Just under that, it says location. Click on the Browse tab over to the right and find desktop or your hard drive. And then underneath that, it says Format. Click and search the drop-down menu to find MP3. It's the second one from the bottom. And click on that. And then at the bottom, click OK. Your MP3 file will end up on your desktop. If you ended up with a .sesx file, you did it wrong. You saved when you should have exported. And now you're done. Your next step would be to upload that edited project, the MP3 file, to the Canvas Dropbox. These instructions are written out for you in a file on Canvas that you can download to your desktop. This week, you're assigned Field Assignment 1. I have complete instructions for this assignment in a file in this module, but I'm going to go through these instructions for you now. Be sure to listen to the student examples that I posted in this module to get a better understanding of what you're going to be doing with this assignment. So here are the instructions. Quick note, you must wear headphones while you do this. Your brain filters out ambient noise, but if it's there, it ends up in the file and can ruin your audio. Your headphones will help make sure you don't miss anything. If you're using the Zoom H2N audio recorder, remember you need an SD card and 2 AA batteries. If class is on campus, you will work in pairs, sharing one Zoom recorder. You can share an SD card or each have your own. You'll take turns interviewing people on campus. If class is online, you're going to work alone, and you should attempt to interview a student first, but you're also allowed to interview someone you know, a family member or a friend. You can do the interview in person or via phone or Zoom. You may record your interviews with your phone or with a Zoom audio recorder. Note that there is a student sign-up sheet with your classmates' names and phone numbers found in a file in this module. Please be sure to enter your information in this discussion board type assignment. It's just below the Field Assignment 1 student examples. You can find your classmates' contact info there, and you can reach out and interview your classmate if you also agree to return the favor and be interviewed by one of your classmates. Teamwork. So follow these steps. You'll be interviewing 3 people, one at a time. Approach or call your interview subject and identify yourself as a kpcradio.com reporter. Ask them, pick up 3, 2, 1. Ask them if you can, 3, 2, 1, in 3, 2, 1. Ask them if you can ask them a couple of simple questions. If they say yes, start recording and let your interview subject know that you are recording. While recording, ask the interview subject to say their first name and last name and then spell their names. Ask them for their title. Are they a student? What year? What's their major? Are they a lawyer, a chef, a teacher, a nurse, a parent, etc.? You need some way to identify your source besides their name. Then you will ask each source 2 questions. Here are some examples, but you can pretty much ask any question. If class is on campus, you might want to ask, what's your favorite class and why? And what's your least favorite thing about the start of a new semester? If class is online, maybe you would ask, what's your favorite part of your job or hobby and why? And what is your least favorite part of your job and hobby? Stop recording. Thank the interview subject for their time. Then play back your recording before you leave to confirm that you got it. Now you'll repeat the above steps with 2 more sources, so you're going to end up with interviews with 3 separate sources. If class is on campus, you're going to return to class. Remove your SD card and batteries from the Zoom and return the Zoom if you have not checked it out. You're going to edit these in class. If class is online, you'll edit this assignment at home. You'll be editing these audio files down to just have the person saying their name and that same person answering one of your questions. It can be their answer to either of your 2 questions. Pick the best soundbite, the most interesting and coherent answer. I don't want to hear any other audio. I don't want to hear your voice at all. And I don't want to hear your source spelling their name. Cut that out. Before you start editing, please listen to the student examples that I provided for you in a separate file in this module. This will help you understand what you're going to be doing. Also, don't forget, you'll need to download your 3 interview audio files off of your Zoom or off of your SD card and onto your computer's desktop. Please refer to the editing instructions provided previously in this lecture video. You can also refer to the separate file in this Week 2 module with the editing instructions written out step by step. And you'll also find the same step-by-step editing instructions in the Field Assignment Number 1 instructions file located in this module. When you've finished editing your Field Assignment 1, submit your MP3 file to the Canvas Dropbox at the bottom of this module. Finally, this week, you need to take a photo of yourself that can be used in your Press Pass. I have instructions in a file posted in this module, but I'll go over the instructions for you now. You'll be given a press badge to identify you as a working member of the media. If the photo is shot on campus, you need to come camera ready, show up on time, and wear a solid shirt with a collar, no logos on it, no prints, just a solid color shirt with a collar. If you're submitting a selfie to the Dropbox for an online class, wear a solid shirt with a collar. Again, no logos, no prints. Make sure you have good lighting and you aren't in the dark. Make sure your background is a plain white wall. Don't wear a hat or sunglasses and look straight into the camera. Have someone else shoot the photo of you if possible. Frame the photo as a tight shot, cropped at the chest on the bottom and an inch or so above the top of your head. Here is a well-framed headshot. Submit your selfie as a JPEG file to the Canvas Dropbox at the bottom of this module. Don't forget your first radio show is due at the end of next week. You can always work ahead. All right, That's it for this lecture video. Remember, you must submit all of the work that's due this week by the end of this week, Sunday at 11:59. Have a great week, everyone.